Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the channel. I'm going to do a quick walk around just to show you kind of what's going on at the minute. So we've just had a part exchange landing. There's a video dropping on that at some point soon. That's a 420 that we're going to cosmetically enhance. And what else have we got going on? So this Panamera, you'll see we did a video when this first came in as well. So that has now gone live and for sale. Got a lovely GTR up there. I thought that would have sold a lot faster. And I'm kind of questioning whether I made the right decision, but it's low owner, so it's a 4-owner car, which is rare for one of them. They're normally past the parcel and battered. And it's Litchfield as well, so it's 600 horsepower. I've driven it. Cal's been out in it. In fact, Cal's driven it. Oh, that was brave. That's a proper cool car. My Subaru's up at the top there. That I'm also questioning what I'm doing with it. So I've had that car 13 years nearly. It stands me at a small fortune. But to be fair, I spent all the money back before I was doing this and I was actually earning good money. So that thing, I'm thinking, do we sell it and put the money back into the business to try and get it to grow? I don't know. There's a Porsche Cayenne under here. This is really cool. So I sold this car 3 years ago to a guy called Robert. And 3 years later, he's wanting to get out of the car and he's decided he's going to ring me and sell it back to me. So, mate, I really appreciate that. We get a second bite of the cherry. That's a really nice example. Proper as that. So that's a lovely car. Back there, we've got an X6M. That's going down south. We've got a guy who owns a company who's bought that and he's part exchanging a Cayenne GTS with 105,000 miles on it. So it's probably not going to be for us. Ferrari was a mistake. And that's still sat here. That was me getting way too cocky. This is a Porsche Panamera. Which, again, I'm starting to question whether or not I should have bought. However, I bought it off a bloke called Paul, who I know really well. He bought a Hurricane. So good for you, Paul. Anyway, this is, to be fair, a massive spec car. It needs a polish, doesn't it, Kel? So that's going to go through the process, but it is online, so at least you can kind of get people looking at it. Up there, we've got a Porsche Macan, which I am scratching my head on. That's been online for a month, and the phone hasn't rung once. And down there's a BMW 330. The phones, well, we had one guy ring and a couple of people sending messages on it, but still sat there. And now I've got a mate get in touch saying he wants to buy it, as in as a trade deal, because he's another trader, so he wants to smoke about in it. But at the minute, I can't get hold of stock, so I kind of don't want to sell it to him, as awful as it sounds, because I've bought plenty off him and done quite well. So sorry, Mark, keeping it. Then under here, we've got a couple of other bits. This Audi A1, I thought I'd have done better. It's proven to be popular on Auto Trader. So there's loads and loads of sort of analytical stacks telling me that this car's doing well, but we have yet to sell it. We've had a couple of people, one person who was like, well keen, pan roof. But then he said it needed to be, I did everything for him. We did a walk around video, got it through an MOT because he wanted me to prove that the advisory had disappeared from the last MOT. Did that for him, which we normally do when we sell a car. Sent him the video, sent him finance quotes, sent him everything, and now he's got back in touch saying, could do have been 500 quid cheaper because they found another one online that isn't a black edition and it's 500 quid cheaper, so it's still for sale. We've had a couple of people who looked the other day and they don't want it either. Then we've got a Toyota Supra. I'm going to do a review on this. Look at that. You just want to mount it, don't you? That's gorgeous, mate. Cal loves this. This is like one of Callum's favourite cars that's come in. It's got an exhaust on it as well. Whoa! That rear quarter for me. We need a wheel doing on this, actually. We've got one of the wheel guys. The wheel guy's coming over on this 420 today. But the chrome wheels and he's a bit, I don't know. So that could be a specialist job, which I'm kicking myself about because I've never had a chrome wheel done before. So that could eat up a load of margin. Anyway, we'll do a video on that at some point. And upstairs, we have put a motorbike in the bar. So come on up and have a look at this. Excuse the mess on the stairs. You see, this is what actually happens behind the... Oh, you're looking at me picking my ear. Sorry, I thought you were looking at the showroom. So this is upstairs in the bar area. We've got a couple of things that have happened up here actually recently. So we moved this motorbike upstairs. This is a mate's bike. He's got it on sale or return, which basically means, truthfully, he wants £3,500 for the bike and I've got it up for £5,000. And then I spoke to him last night about it, and he's saying, actually, I'll probably take £2,500 for it, Rob. And now I'm thinking, that looks quite cool. Oh, have you put a mat under there? Well, look what Callum's done there. He's put a little mat under the stand. Detail, mate. Detail. So now I even said to him last night, I'm like, I'll give you 1,500 quid for it. He's like, I might actually take that. And I'm going, right, okay, that's quite a nice ornament, 1,500 quid. It's always going to be worth that, isn't it? Surely. Anyway, I need to sort these photo albums out because the missus got me these for Christmas and they're meant to be customer-facing photo albums. And when you look through them, that's me drunk. That's a load of cans. I'm sure there's some... These are pictures I've had to pull out because my penis was out on them. She's really not thought this through. Oh, mate, that was the first M5 I bought. That was absolutely gorgeous, that car. And that Sammy used to work for me when he fancied it. And what else? Yeah. So I think we need to go through this album at some point and probably sort it out because it's not ideal for customers. And then we've got a fish tank, that's fresh in. And they're probably ready for feeding, actually. No, not yet, boysies. So this was actually donated by Callum's dad. I've been banging on about fish tank for ages. So this is in. We've named a couple of them, but they're just fish, aren't they? Apparently I love them. I'm going to feed them now. Can you see this? Look at how much they like me. Eh? It's the little pleasures in life, isn't it? So today we've got the wheel people coming round. There you are, boysies. Look at that. We've got the wheel people coming round. They're going to hopefully attack. We've got kind of half a dozen wheels at least, maybe even a dozen wheels from... Oh, actually, I've not showed you this. So I got a little bit mad in auction. So I try not to buy cars from auction, and there's a good reason for it. So I'm going to show you what I've bought that I'm happy with, and show you what I've bought that I'm not happy with. Let's just make sure the mechanics aren't outside because they're going to take the piss. 1 second, mate. We're clear. So I've just bought this. I don't really know what it is. So it's a Skoda. I want to say it's a Superb. It's got a scratch on that door I hadn't noticed actually. Ooh. All right, so that's going straight into the body shop. Another fine purchase. However, I quite like the look of this. It's got a really nice spec, really nice service history, and I like the colour. This car was bought, it came in part exchange. It's not for us. It's just not our sort of thing. That's fairly fresh. I've only had that in for 2 years now, or 2.5 years, so that'll be going soon, I'm sure. And then these are the other two that I bought as well. So, Golf R, 45,000 miles, 2 owners, really nice service history. Concerned about the modification badge on the boot. Didn't spot that. And then this is my biggest fuck up of the year so far. This is a wet belt engine, which you shouldn't be buying anyway. And more to the point, here's the bits I missed. I think there's a little scratch on this rear quarter, potentially. Oh, and it might be a touching job, but potentially body shop. And then, to top it all off, I think there might be a little chip on the windscreen just there. So, that's what's going on at the moment. Plenty more to see, plenty more to do, and I'll keep you posted on all of this crap.